When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together a legislative body that places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rules into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Love it. Love it. Guys, you know we love that. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Declaration of Independence written by Thomas Jefferson, one of our most complicated presidents we've ever had. That was one of his main goals, or his main accomplishments, was writing the Declaration of Independence. He wrote that much before he became president, about 14 years before he became president. He became president, the third president in 1800. And the writing of that came during a tumultuous time in our country. And they were going through a lot of stuff back in the 1770s in the heat of Philadelphia, up there, them boys. And they wrote it. They picked him to write it. And John Adams, our second president, who was Thomas Jefferson's president, he was his vice president. Thomas Jefferson was John Adams. They were really good friends. And they fell out for a little bit, and they both died on the same day, believe it or not. July 4th, 1826, 50 years after, to the day, both of them, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, died after the 50th anniversary of the writings of the Declaration of Independence. And wow, that's crazy. And they died on the same exact day. You talking about patriots. And another man who was a patriot, the man who was reading that, the great John F. Kennedy Jr., great man, and he was murdered. And we can't talk about how or why, but let's just say I'm still waiting on that stuff. But they all lived in their times, and they were all the same kind of men, patriots, freedom fighters, and they went against the tyranny. And that's today. That's what we're doing today. We're going against the tyranny of the people that are controlling the slavery for today, the propagandists and the people that are near and run the money printer. And again, we're fighting against that peacefully here on YouTube and throughout the country and the world. And always remember, monetary debasement comes from one place in the United States of America, and that's Washington, D.C. And we have to stop that. And anybody tells you that Bitcoin is not political, they haven't been paying attention, but we do. And always, again, I wouldn't or couldn't ask for a better group of people to fight against the tyranny of the money printer. What is up, guys? It is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 906,739. TikTok, next block. Welcome everybody in. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I am. And today, I did a video today. I did a members-only video today. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But did a video today, and it was pretty cool. It was hot. Not that hot, but it was cool. So let's get right into it. Let's see who we got. Matt FRL says, good morning, team. I'll be back. Okay. Let me see if he's back. If not, I won't put him on the wheel. Samantha Nakamoto says, hi, Jerry. Hi, chat. How are you doing, Samantha? I see Jenny Legendary there. Legendary. Good to see you, Samantha. Very good to see you, Mel. Let's see here. I got a good one for you guys today. We're going to talk about some stuff. Hi, Jerry. Will Land, what's happening? What's up, brother? Jerry, can you put me on that wheel? I sure can, y'all. How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Yeah. Great to see you, my boy. How are you today? How was everybody today, by the way? Good to see you back, Will. Good to have you, brother. Good day, party people. That's right, Backpacker. How are you, sir? He's in the house. The family's in the house. Fanny, how are you? Good to see you. I think I saw Jen in here, didn't I? Or maybe because I just want her here. Did I see Jen? Oh, yeah, I did, I think. Will Land says, hope everyone is having a good day. Yes. Commercial Break says, hi, folks. Hi, Commercial Break. How are you, my boy? Good to see you, man. Commercial Break. Will Land, hello, Commercial. Emily, hello. Matt, Samantha, Will, yeah, yes. Emily, how are you, man? Emily gets sats. And I showed the video yesterday of Trump buying all those cryptos and all the other stuff. BTC Bug, what's up? What we're going to talk about today, allegedly Bitcoin, what's his name is buying a lot of Bitcoin, allegedly. Trump. And speaking of Jen sends in a Jenny zap. Thank you, Jenny. A big zap of 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that very, very much, man. Love you, Jenny. I was talking about you in my video today, my members only video. Lauren Stern says, hello, everyone. Hello, Lauren. How are you, sir? And very nice to see you. Lauren Stern. I need a drink, guys. I'm going out with the family today. Going to see a movie. Going to see Superman tonight. So I might have to log off a little bit earlier than I normally do, guys. But we're still gonna hang out. It's not gonna be too bad. I try to stay on here for 2.5 hours a day, okay? Or as close as possible. It's supposed to be there at 7 o'clock my time, and I have to eat too. Well, Lan, yes. Hello, Emily. Emily, hello. Well, Lauren. Hey, Finger Pickers. What's up, Finger Pick? How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Finger picked. My man. Hi, Emily Lauren. Yes. God of War. GOW. What's up, bro? He's back. How are you, man? Good to have you. There she is. GOW's little daughter. How are you, Sakura? Sakura TBH. A. Put an A there. Good to have you, ma'am, young lady. Hello, GOW and daughter. Yes. BTC Bug, Emily. Hello, Jenny. How are you, Jenny? Thank you for that big donation. I appreciate you. Very, very kind of you, ma'am. Seriously, thank you so much. That really helps. Hello, Emily. Everyone, yes. I'm going to say it before y'all get there. Put me in, coach. Yes. He already said it. Yo, Jerry. Jay, what's up, bro? How you feeling, sir? Good to have you back, man. Thank you. Hi, Lauren. Hi there, Jen and Nico. Yes. Hello, BTC Bug. Hello, Jay. Hi, folks. Triple B's. Bitcoin Bacon Booty. How are you? Good to see you. Jen, Emily, Nico says, and that pesky Homan won't share her dinner with me. Never mind. I already had my own. You came back. LOL. Yes, Jen. Lauren Stern, you're surprised? Oh, Nico. Busy day, but happily to finally be home. Good, man. You getting that money. Backpacker, how are your legs? Yeah, how are your legs, brother? Anonymous. Flipper. Holler. Emily. What's up, y'all? What's up, Jared? Welcome back. How are you, bro? Good to see you, man. Very good to see you. Hello, Jared. Emily. Hey, Emily. Prayers for you and your dog, Jared. Yeah, I'm sorry, man, to hear that. Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath, passed away at the age of 76 on July 22nd, 2025. His death came shortly after his final concert, reuniting with his bandmates. Yeah, I heard about that, man. Rest in peace, Ozzy. I saw that, man. Sad. Family here all watching. Good. Tell everybody I love them, man. Jay Rummer, what's up, bro? Present and accounted for, he says. Good to have you. We are awesome. Good. That's so kind of you, Em. Thank you, yeah. Chef Fanny Packer, hello there. Hit that like. I'm good. I'm just cooking. LOL. We know you cooking. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Appreciate that very much. Hello, Jared. Lauren Stern. Hello, commercial break. Jay Rummer, hello there. Hey, Lauren. Here, Reverse Jackpot says, hello, brother. Reverse Uno card. Reverse Jackpots. Got to get you to win, man. Got to change that name. Hey, Jerry and chat. Not financial advice. How are you, sir? What a name. What a name. Love that name, brother. How are you? Hey, Jerry, got to get in first before Peep starts stealing my number again. I know, right? It's all good. You're the spark of that, man. You started that. Good evening, Jen, Emily, and Fanny. Hey, VHF. Good to see you, man. How are you, sir? Hey, Emily, backpacker. Yeah, says, I'm good, Jerry. How you doing? What's the temp in Vegas? It's 100 here. Wow. Glad to hear that, man. I'm doing well. I'm actually not that hot today. It's 98 right now. I think it's the high right now. And ain't going to get any higher than that. Yeah. 100 where you're at, huh? Hey there, VHF. Yeah. I had no idea new Superman came out. Yeah, it came out. I'm going to go see it because Tuesday's the cheapest day. So we'll go on Tuesday just to see what's up. Lauren, I'm flipping from Flipper. Hey. Flipper, how you doing, honey? Jan getting better. Thank you. Good. VHF. Hey there, RJ, NFA. Emily, yes. Yo, the Bitcoin Ted. There he is. My man. Trent. The Bitcoin is looking for you, man. Technician. How are you, sir? It's getting worried, man. I was like, where's my boy at, man? How you doing, Trent? You doing well today? Jay Remmer. Don't forget to hit that like, Jay Remmer says. I agree with you 100%, bro. Thank you. Hello, BTC technician, VHF. Awaiting my Costco hot dog in the oven. So excited. Nice. Good evening, future bazillionaires. Jor, what's up? Jor for the score. Jor, you staying or what, man? Or you out of here? Good to see you, Jor. I'm gonna put you and Arnie Boy on here until you tell me not to. Let me know if you leave, brother. All aboard the crazy train, BFFs. Rest in peace to a legend. What's good, Geraldo and fellow BFFs? Sin Diesel. How are you, sir? My man. He's a veteran in this channel, man. Sin Diesel, sincere, Sensei, the Renaissance man. Good to see you, Sin. My bodyguard, head of security. How are you, sir? I am here and I have indeed hit the like button. Thank you, Jor. I appreciate you, bro. My boy, what's going on? Jor and Sin, Lil Flipper. Heaven can wait, the troll says. Heaven can wait. Not W-A-I-T, wait. Okay. Thank you, the troll. Good, just trying to cope in this heat. Yeah, man. It's hot, brother. It's hot. VHF, my guy. Boom. Hi, Jerry. I'm doing great. Good, man. Good to hear that, bro. VHF, what's up, brother? Hi, George. Thanks for your help yesterday. Good, good. You're welcome, Emily. Happy to help. It's good to see everyone. This community is truly amazing. We tell everyone about you guys. Thank you. I very appreciate that. I'm mid workout. I'll be around. Okay, good, good, good. Hello, Munshiki. He said, "What's up?" We say, "What's up, Munshiki? How are you, bro?" 3787. Munshiki. How's it go, man? How's it go, bro? Everything good on your end? Good to see you. My boy Sin. I'm doing good. Got a sick puppy, so I'll be listening mostly. Oh, man. Really? What's wrong? Jor had a few videos today. Yeah, he always got every day's got a few videos. Lauren? Yeah, hola, Sin. Dean. Good morning, Jerry. Good people. Good Wednesday morning to you, Dean. How are you? Always good to see Dean. Dean. Boom. Bitcoin casually back at 120K. Like it wasn't nothing, Jor. Like it ain't nothing. Mushiki, I guess it's not too hot in Vegas because I don't smell pork there. Are you there? Are you in Vegas? Because if you were, I mean, if you're not, how would you smell pork from? I think you're from the East Coast, ain't you? So how would you smell pork, Detroit? All I am, moon shizzle, my nizzle. A German channel asked today, quote, would you rather have 1 million euro today or 1 million Satoshis in 10 years? Obviously did not think it through as the answer was immediate. Did they really ask that? I'd love to see that video, man. A German channel asked today, would you rather have 1 million euro today or 1 million Satoshis in 10 years? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 1 million euro today and then buy Bitcoin from them. Yeah. I think in 10 years, I don't think we're going to be 100 million. Bitcoin bacon booty. Moonshiki, yes. Yeah, I think I'd rather take the 1 million euros in 10 years. Jerry, can you put me on that wheel? Yes. Did I not put you on the wheel? I'm sorry, Bug. Appreciate you, bro. My man, Bug. All right, there we go. Jen, Mushiki, that would be my answer. Euros today to buy my new Bitcoin now. Yeah. I would buy it right now. I would keep it right now. Yes, I'd rather have mil now and buy Bitcoin with 80% of it. LOL. I think what they're saying is hold them both for 10 years and see what would happen. I would take the euro. And then in 10 years, I'd buy Bitcoin. Because I think you'd get more than €1 per dollar in 10 years. You buy all you can now, smash by the DCA along the way. Exactly. Backpacker. Every time I see those big caps, I think you're yelling, Backpacker. Channel name is, but of course, all German and it's AI voiced. Okay. Okay. That's good, man. Backpacker's laughing. Yeah. So, we're casually, like George said, we're casually back to 120, like it ain't nothing, like it ain't nothing. And I got something to show you guys today, man. I told you probably about a month ago about Greg Foreman. He's a political commentator on YouTube. And I told you that Odell Caps for the win. Yeah. And I told you that he's a political commentator, almost got 1 million subs. And me and him have been kind of going back and forth a little bit. I think he watches my videos. I'm positive he watches my videos. I watch his videos, and I've told you guys about him. Well, he did a video yesterday, and we're gonna go through that video. And I made a prediction on Twitter about that. I think he does it to help Jerry read it better. LOL. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I think he's yelling at me or yelling at everybody with the caps. But I watch Greg all the time. Greg's got a great channel, man. He really does, and he's a very hardworking young man, and I like his work ethic. He makes videos 7 days a week, and he makes 4 or 5 videos every single day. And he just does a great job, man. He really does. And again, he's got 939,000 subscribers. He should have more than that, to be honest with you. But he's a great kid. He's about 30, 31, and he does a great job. Well, recently, like I've told you before in the other videos, he's been going down the Bitcoin rabbit hole because I've been watching this kid probably about 3 years now, and I'm watching his evolution, right? And again, all he talks about is political videos, political news and some trending news and stuff. But now recently, when I'm on his Twitter, he's just probably if he tweets 10 times, 4 to 6 of them are about Bitcoin. And that's what happens. He's going down the rabbit hole. You know what I mean? And I showed you guys this last month, I think, that I broke the news on his channel. I said, hey, Greg is a Bitcoiner, blah, blah, blah. And then he reposted it and put it on his channel, basically saying, yes, this guy's right. Right. And me and him went back and forth a few times on Twitter and stuff. And I showed you that before, too. But he made a video yesterday, and I'm going to show it to you today. And we're going to go through it. And I'm going to show you the prediction I made on Twitter on his page right before the video or in between the video. And we're going to talk about that because, again, as this title of this video says, people are waking up, ladies and gentlemen. And, I'm not going to take credit for it because I know he does his own diligence. But let's just say he follows me on Twitter. And I'm not saying it's because of me or nothing like that, but we'll see. We will see. But right now, guys, Bitcoin is still sitting at number 6 for the at the market cap, right behind Amazon. And that's a good thing. Let me see something real quick. It's a very good thing. Company's been around a long time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see something. And we're right there with them, man. In 16 years, we that's pretty good, man. That's damn good. When I don't see any comments on there, I get a little nervous. Is YouTube doing something? You guys here or what? I usually get way more comments than this. Hope I didn't say anything to get YouTube angry at me. Maybe my thing is behind. Is anybody? Okay, hi. Okay, hey Monique, how are you? Just getting scared there for a minute. We all logged off. I know. I'm like, what in the hell is going on? Usually just doesn't go quiet like that for 2 minutes. Monique, how are you, ma'am? Good to see you. Very good to see you. We all logged off. LOL. Oh, while I was busy downloading some music mixes, BTC went back above 120K. Nice. Yes. Doing great. Good, Monique. Good. I think everyone over Bitcoin, Jerry, seems like it's all over. I think everyone's over Bitcoin. Yeah, right. Monique, hi. We were testing how long until you said something. All at once. And then Emily said, Jerry blocked everyone. Yes. It's like all of a sudden I had a bunch of people around me and I blinked mine and everybody's gone. I'm like, what the hell? Everyone logged off, so you can only leave me on the wheel, Jerry. That's something Jenny would say, son. But yes, and black conservative perspective, my boy Greg, he's doing some things. We're gonna go through that video too. And it's funny, the video that he played, I posted that on Twitter too yesterday, and I posted on Nostr too, and in the group too. I tried that not too long ago. He didn't fall for it. I don't think anybody fell for it. But it's all good. We're gonna spin the wheel here in about 9 minutes. We got a good group on here, man. We got what do we got? 30 on the wheel. That's nice for a Tuesday. We're just cruising. You were in storytelling mode. We were just listening. LOL. I thought that might be it. Maybe. But usually there's about 5 people that just don't listen to me and they want to talk about what they want to talk about, short man. So I'm like, okay. Jen, soon he will submit to our will. Yeah. You and me on that will. I like those chances. That's a 50-50 chance. Sharon, how are you, my lady? My lady, how are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Sharon. She's back. So glad I can pay you now, Sharon. You can get your sats. Hello, Sharon. Hola, Sharon. Hello, Emily. Yes, we're good. By a show of hands, who saw my members only video today? By a show of hands, because I can't see how many people watched it. Let's see. Did I get any? Oh, I got some comments on here. Okay, 26 comments. Yeah, Sparky. Okay, only those above the 130 watts will understand. Yeah, the members only video. Those around able to tour this house. Yeah, okay. It should be a museum. God bless him as free will. My dad used to take my. Okay, this is calling you. Only in Vegas. Yep. It is about the money, bro. Yeah, this is my members only video. So, Sharon said, no, I didn't. Okay. Hi, Sharon. I did. Okay, good. Yeah, I saw your comment, Trent. Samantha. Hello. Hey. Megalomedia. How are you? Yeah. I can't see the metrics. They won't tell me how many views I got on it. Low media. Yeah, so if you become a member, I'm gonna start making more of those videos for you. No, I didn't. Okay. Well, yeah, Sharon, you can watch it. You're a member. So make sure you check it out after the stream, please and thank you. Monique, I forgot what I said on it. Hello, VHL. When you put just one name on the wheel, one side is 50% and one side is empty, right? I think I saw that in the thumbnail a while ago. Oh, yeah. I think it is too. Yeah. Just received the notification. I will peep it after tonight's live. Okay. Yeah. Because I'm logging off a little bit early tonight so you guys can have that video. It's about a 30-minute video for the members. Okay. I haven't seen it. Yeah. You got to be a member of VHF. You got to have a membership. And here's how you sign up. Any level of this memberships can get you into the member only videos. $2.99 a month just for being a member of the channel, Jerry Loves Freedom, and saying thank you, Jerry, so much. We appreciate your work. Then if you want to become a real supporter and get into the Signal group with all the other freedom fighters, it's $4.99 a month. Bitcoin is for Freedom group, and you can get into that. Then if you want to be a legend, a big boy, a big dog, a Satoshi millionaire, $6.99 a month. So sign up on any level if you want. You can watch those videos, and I'll be making more of those. VHF. Did not know there was one. Yes, ma'am. You're a member, so you can watch it. Jen, yep. And we were talking. It's a 30-minute video, so check it out. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's a little different than my other videos. I'm a little more raw, and I say some things I wouldn't say in a normal video. So, does anyone use Cash App for Bitcoin? I used to, Sharon. Not anymore though. The fees are way too high. You can't see views on your channel. Yeah, on my channel I can, but not the members, though. Maybe in the background. I don't know. Monique. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Neode. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Put you on the wheel, sir. He is back. Neode 192. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you for coming back. Just working on gathering a bunch of crap to sell it and buy some more. Exactly. Neode. Jen. Gifted 10 more Jerry Love Freedom memberships. Jenny, I hate to say this. I was thinking about this today. I don't want to be blasphemous here when I say this, but I call Letha the nicest woman in Bitcoin, and I call Paul the GOAT. Jenny, you're becoming, dare I say, both of them, the GOAT and the nicest woman in Bitcoin, all in one. 10 memberships, Jenny. This is the type of person that stops you in your tracks when you're doing something. And she knows this. This helps the channel so much, guys. Why does it? Because YouTube is going to push out videos of people that are getting memberships and super chats because they take, their cut or whatever. And rightfully so, they should. But they're going to say, oh my God, people are signing up for membership. We got to push this more so we can get more memberships. So, Jenny, I am literally running out of things to say to you, ma'am. I really love you and appreciate you. And thank you so much, Jenny. That means the world to me. And especially when I don't expect it. I never, ever expect it. You've done so much for this damn channel, Jenny. So much. And again, I never thought I'd say, even think about saying that somebody can surpass Paul, because Paul has done a lot. Okay. So thank you again, ma'am. I appreciate you, Jenny. Seriously, Jenny. My gosh. Yes, right? Much love, Jen. She is the Jen. Nice, Jen. Wow, Jen. But it's something, ain't that right, Jerry? Corey, what's up, brother? How are you, sir? My goodness, man. You just caught Jenny doing some serious nice stuff, man. Corey got sats. Welcome in, my boy. Good to see you as always. My neighbor, Corey. Jenny, thank you again, man. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say to you anymore, man. Wowzers. Wow. Exactly, man. Yeah, at the top level, you got Jerry's phone number. I'll sell it for 1 Bitcoin. Yeah, at the top level, you get one Jerry's phone number. Yeah. Speaking of that, guys, I said this in my membership video. If you guys want to do some one-on-ones with me or one-on-one coaching, hit me up in the in my email. I do one-on-ones and I do 15-minute blocks for value for value. Thanks, no doubt, bro. You can 100% see members. It shows right in your dashboard. One of the most important statistics you YouTubers keep track of. Yeah, very important. And look how many. I don't know. I don't even know how many she's given out. Like, I've lost count. Okay, Jen. I like River these days. Yeah. Either River or Strike. Strike's the best to me though. And Short Man, the Bitcoin technician, made an incredible video about that. By the way, incredible video. Membership gets 100% favor lurkers first. Yes. 911, she says. Hello, Corey. Dollar Man. Hi, Lauren. Monday ended up being the right day to smash by. Yeah, it went down a little bit. Yeah. So you were right, sir. You were absolutely right. Nope. Jen is good. You're very good. You're great, Jenny. I only recognize about 30% of those folks gifted a membership. Yeah, it's usually people that are real quiet. They try to get them going. Hey, Ems. Jen, very generous. Nice as GOAT. Yeah, well, Jen, you're not. What did she say? Nope, Jen is good. She's talking about calling the nice. She don't even like. She don't even like accolades. She don't want like people calling her the best or the nicest or Jen legendary or generous or the general. Nice as GOAT. I like that. Dr. DCA, aka Corey. Jenny again with a $5 super chat. Oh my gosh, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Oh boy, this woman is something else, man. She's like 10 people wrapped into one, man. Like, seriously, man. Thank you so much, Jenny. I really, really appreciate that. Jen, like I said, I talked about her in my member only video today. Jen is flushing out the hidden guys from their hiding spots. Yes. Thank you again, Jenny. I know, right, Sin? I have yet to receive one. What's the odds? I don't know. That's crazy. I can't hide from Jen. Emily, Jen. Guess who's back again? What's up, Jerry? What's up, Bitcoin Nurse? I saw your comment in the video. Thank you for watching that, bro. The members only video. Appreciate that, bro. The Bitcoin Nurse. I love that song too, by the way. Guess who's Bizak? Will Lamb. Boom. Sinful. Hi, Bitcoin nurse. Corey got sats and Jen got memberships. Oh, good. Are there any Sabbath or Ozzy fans in here? Yeah. Corey, refresh your thing. I think you got a Corey Sats and Jen got memberships. Corey got Sats and Jen memberships. Wow. Corey got Sats and Jen? Nurse Hoddle, what's up? Jenny again. With another super chat. Another super chat. I didn't even see this, man. Oh, Jenny. And this is the woman, by the way. This is the woman that they don't even pay her sometimes. Like, she doesn't even get her paycheck sometimes. You know what I mean? She just doesn't get her paycheck, and she's just like, oh, Letha. I'm sorry, Letha, but when I called you the nicest woman in Bitcoin, this is before Jenny came around. I'm gonna have to call Letha the icon. She is an icon, but the nicest woman in Bitcoin is Jenny. I'm sorry. No disrespect, Letha, when you watch this, and you are a very nice lady. I'm not saying you're not nice, or I'll just say you guys are on the same team as the nicest woman, because ain't nobody nicer than Jenny. I'm sorry. Thank you again, Jenny. Treating lurkers like a dealer to new potential customers. The first one is on Jen. Got them hooked. Get them hooked, and then they come back to listen to Jerry the Daily Sat Dealing King. Well said, City. Well said. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yo ho, happy Tuesday, Maggie. What's up? We love you, Megs. How are you, man? Speaking of a nice woman, she's on the team too. Know Maggie for years. What's up, Maggie? Jenny's just blowing my mind today, man. Holy crap. Megan, welcome in, man. Megs, Corey. But can I be a mini pygmy goat? They are pretty cute. Yes, you can. Ain't nothing mini about you, though, Jenny. Jenny, you know, nothing is mini about you, man. Thank you again, Jenny. We love you, Meg. Yeah. Hey, VHS. Yes. Jen is why I don't buy into quote unquote girls should get things for free. She's loaded. I don't think she's loaded though, Moonshik. I know you joking. She's just a very nice person, man. She's just a giver. You know how you just meet those people that are just givers? That's just how Jenny is. You know what I mean? At least until she gave it all away. Yeah, but she puts away a lot too. You know what I mean? Emily Sin and VHF. Kisses to you, Maggie says. I'd rather give it away. She does. Those are freaking adorable. I pet them at the fair all the time. Jenny, again. I'm going to call Jenny again. That's your new name, again. Or another. Jenny with another. You know how many times I've said this to this woman? $10 super chat. She gives 10 gift memberships, 2 $5 and a $10 super chat to boot. Wow, man. Thank you, Jenny. Again, I'm running out of stuff to say to you, young lady. And you are a young lady, and a very giving lady, and a very caring lady. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you. I love you, Jen. My goodness. Haha. Corey. And you know what? Let me stick on Jenny for a second. Jenny's the type of person, she's an action person. I'm probably gonna get in this later. It ain't about talk, it's about action, right? She never comes out and tells me, and I'm not knocking anybody for saying this or whatever. You know, she doesn't tell me, Jerry, you got the best show, or Jerry, I really like your show, or whatever. That means a lot. It does when people say that. It does. But she doesn't have to say a word to me. My grandmother never told me she loved me until I was 19 years old in the Navy, when I was on the phone with her in boot camp. And we were hanging up the phone and she told me she loved me. When I hung up the phone with her, I said, that's the first time my grandma ever told me she loved me. But she showed me with her actions. Okay? And I always tell everybody, love is spelled ACTION, ladies and gentlemen. And Jen has never got to tell me she loves my show or anything like that, because she's showing me with her actions. You know what I mean? And I really, really, really appreciate Jenny, the action woman, the another woman, the nicest woman in Bitcoin. Thank you, Jenny. Corey, recipes to Ozzy. Mama, he finally came home. Yep. Finally came home. Very, very sad, but he lived a hell of a life. And if you know, you know. Thank you, Jen. No doubt. Letha, when you are watching later, Jerry is lying. You are still the nicest woman in Bitcoin. Yes. I refreshed, Jerry. What's supposed to happen? They said somebody said you got a membership. Jenny gave you a membership. Breaking, Jeffrey Epstein attorney Roy Black has passed away. Huh? How? Right, Sin? Yes. Nico got her phone and passing out membership. Nico did it. Yes. Interesting. Yeah. Especially how did they die? That's the question. Gosh, said another statement was made. Kind of confused Jerry for a second. Okay. Sorry. Jerry and Jen are like the BTC Nino Brown and Keisha. Rockabye, baby. If you know, you know, y'all. Okay. New Jack City, anyone? That's my movie right there. That's what I mean, loaded. Until she gave it all away. Yeah, true. She ain't gonna die with her Bitcoin. She's gonna give it away. Yes, but no petting me if I'm the pygmy goat. I got you. I'm gonna hug you though, Jenny, for sure. You are right, dang it. Gotta get that freeloader, yes. A Jen, another super chat. That's a good one. That's a good one. Jen, at work just swinging for a like and support. Thank you, chicken. Appreciate you. Good to see you, man. You want to put you on the wheel or what? Chicken, hi. Just in case anyone might be interested, I'm going to be posting my tribute video into the Signal group later on today for Ozzy from my other YouTube channel. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. Chicken, actions speak louder than words, but never do they take the place of words. True. That's true, too, Jenny. And Jenny, I'm never going to disagree with you, man. Just to let you know. Jen, what's going on? We spell love sats. Yes, you do. Jerry is telling lies about me, Jenny says. No, I'm not. Polo. I'm never going to get one. LOL. You will. Emily, hello. Air quotes. Passed away. Yes, exactly. New Sat City. Since that'd be a good movie. That's like saying someone committed suicide with a GSW to be back of the head. Exactly. Jerry, remember what Jen does, inspire others as well as do the same. To do the same, yes. Yes, she does. She really does. Good point, Lauren. Jen, it's the ninth wonder of the world, aka the Keel Array effect. AKA the Keel Array effect. I didn't know Ozzy died today. Yeah, he did. So that one went over my head, brother. It's the ninth wonder of the world, aka the Keel Array effect. I know it was good, whatever it was. Half of your stuff goes over my head, saying you're too damn smart for me. Jenny, today is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025, the first spin of the day. Thank you, Jenny, so much for powering this show and everybody here for powering the show. I appreciate it. I love every one of you. I really do. And obviously, you guys know money makes the world go round. But here it's real money makes the world go round. Kill a Ree. Oh, I know what you're saying now. I can't say that. No, that's what I call her all the time. I'm just waiting on the BTC to start competing today. I know that's right. I liked Ozzy. Yeah, I did too. I loved Ozzy, man. Short man, she wants you to compete with her, brother. I liked Ozzy. It's all good. Short man's done a lot for this channel, man. I really do. He's a legend too. But again, this is the first spin of the day. The block height of the first spin is going to be 739. The last three numbers. We're going to do these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks again. Every time a block comes out during the live, we will celebrate it by spinning the wheel. And we're going to do that today, And we're going to get a block subsidy of 100 sats per spin. So thank you so much for being here, guys. And I love each and every one of you. You know that. And he says, yeah, Bitcoiners, I'm a huge Black Sabbath fan. Yes. We all know who she is. And yes. So I try to help you out. You just want a strike anyway, huh, Jerry? Sorry. I call her that all the time. That's exactly what I call her, man. She came in too hard. She did, man. She did, Trent. She did. It takes a lot to catch up to that, bro. Me too, Samantha. Yeah. It's all good. First spin today, Jenny, is 739. And by the way, to boot everything she does on top of that, she assists the show, man. She's my host, And she does all this on top of hosting and I don't know how she does it, man. 739. What in the hell? Super sticker, Jenny. $2. Thank you, Jenny. She just wants to pile it on. Well, this is dedicated to this is the Jenny show today, apparently. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. She said game over with the sticker. I guess she wins. This is Jenny's show today. So thank you, Jenny, so much. First spin is 739 on Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. Good luck to everyone. And let's spin it. And let's see who can win it. Thank you again, Jenny. Anonymous. Congrats. Blame Jory. He convinced me to smash by heart last night. It's all good, Trent. Get them sats, man. Get them. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This better not. I think the anonymous person, speaking of anonymous, sent in 5,000 Satoshis. 5,000. And nobody said anything because somebody else did that before too. 5,000 sats. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. Another 5,000. Okay, hold on. I missed some. Okay, somebody sent in a sat. Thank you so much, somebody anonymous. Thank you very much for that. And then the Bitcoin nurse, he says, thanks for the community, Jerry. The Bitcoin nurse, 5,000 sats. And then another 5,000 sats from somebody that didn't say anything. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was all on strike. See if I missed any speed. Sorry, guys. I was just so messed up by Jenny. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. That powers the channel. It really does. Thank you. Corey, Love Sabbath, Ozzy, Randy Rhodes, Zach Wild. Also, fun fact, Ozzy is a WWE Hall of Fame famer for my wrestling fans. Oh, okay. What hasn't that man done, guys? For Anonymous, woo woo, yes, the young man. Anonymous, congrats. Anon. But is he pooping? LOL, she says. Anonymous. I've been saying Jen was a goat. How many people treat others on their birthday? Crazy. Exactly, man. Like, again, she just had the biggest days we've ever had, and the biggest day we had was her birthday. Wouldn't it be an Anon win if he weren't pooping? Yes. Exactly. Anon is definitely a quote unquote regular winner on the wheel. Oh my God, Sid. Oh my God, that's funny as hell. You're too sweet, y'all. It's the truth, y'all. Jen, I've got the Monday smash by in my calendar thanks to Jor, and I did one. Yeah, and it worked out. And it worked out. It worked out. Sin Diesel and a regular pooper, yes. Yes, Jen. Thinking of the reunion between Randy and Ozzy today. I know, man. I know. Crazy. I dedicate July as National Jen Month. Me too. Sharon, me too. Anonymous, congratulations, young man. You're the winner of the first spin of the day. Let's see who can win. Number 2. Like I did that? Number 2, Anonymous. Get it, Sin? Number 2. Lauren, heck yeah, yes. Emily, 740. Congratulations, Emily. That's awesome, Sin. Ozzy was the first concert I ever went to. It was the Diary of a Madman tour with Randy, and it cost me a whopping $18. I wonder how much that is today in today's dollar, though. Rye Bread. Hello, y'all. What's up, Rye Bread? How are you, sir? Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure, Rye. Rye Bread. Emily's the winner. Number 2, well played, Geraldo. Well played. Hey, man. Got that from you, brother. Woo, thank you. Emily. Woo, Emily, woohoo. Just July, we should throw in August too, Sharon, for real. Shit, 2025 the gen. What are we talking about? I wonder how much that would be in sats if you bought into. Woo, Jenny. Don't get us started. Emily's the second winner of block 740. Let's see if we can do 741. Ooh, Jenny, you barking up that tree, ain't you? Looks like Monique to me. Monique, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm thinking about playing this for a minute or two as a commercial. My membership only video. So I can play it just for a minute to see if anybody wants to sign up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it for a second. You guys want me to play it for a second? Maybe 30 seconds to a minute, 2 minutes? Let me know. We should, yes. Jerry, that concert would be $1,800 today. Wow. Sweet, thanks. Yay, Monique, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We are today at a fear greed index of 72, ladies and gentlemen. Sharon said, play that. Okay. Corey. Hey, Sharon, I don't know why I love you when you say that. That is so funny, Sharon. So funny. Corey, a middle school buddy got me into metal in 6th grade via Ozzy, Priest, Metallica. He said, "Oh, okay. All right. Play it. All right." Oh, Jen, I heard this on a podcast this morning. It was 10 billion sats per dollar in 2009. Wow. 10 billion sats per dollar, guys. $1. And speaking of dollars, Jenny. I think everybody in all my subscribers have a membership now because of Jenny. 5 more memberships. Another 5 more memberships by Jenny. Jenny. I guess that means you want me to play the video? I guess. The Bitcoin technician. Wow, yes. Thank you, Jenny. 15 memberships, $22 in donations so far. Today, by the way. Wow. Finally, some winners I actually recognize. Jen for the win. Yes. Didn't get him. Still no green name. Oh, man. Haha. Yes. Are you green now? Not yet. I haven't even watched the video. Yes. Wow. So many memberships, right? I'm a pro membership dodger. LOL. Yeah. Not green yet. Yeah. Well, I have 2,000 subscribers, so they're probably just giving it to a bunch of people that don't even come in. LOL. You would think it'd be the opposite, but I get what they're doing. They're trying to incentivize people. So let's listen to Jerry talk to his members. Let's see what he says. Ready, set, go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Jerry Loves Freedom members, Bitcoiner for Freedom members, Bitcoiner for Freedom group members as well, and also the Legends level of the channel, Satoshi Millionaire, the big boys members. Welcome in. Today is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 906,712. And I'm going to start making these videos for the member group only to give you your money's worth and tell you, in this video, I'm going to tell you why it is about the money, bro. It's always about the money. Fortunately or unfortunately, it depends how you look at it. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm referencing what I say in my live videos when I show that clip of Omar from The Wire saying, "You don't get it, do you, bro? It ain't about your money, bro." Whatever he says.
There it is, guys. That is a little commercial for the Bitcoiners for Freedom membership video. And the video that I was talking about with Omar goes a little, let's see. I think it goes a little something like this. Where's it at?
You still don't get it, do you? Huh? This ain't about your money, bro.
It is about the money, bro. That's what Jerry from the membership group says. It is about the money, bro. So if you want to watch that video, like I said, sign up on any level here. $2.99, $4.99, $6.99. And Jenny's already done that for everyone. And get yourself a membership today. And the middle one, like I said, you'll be able to get into the Signal group, which is a great group. And also, it supports the channel. All right. So I appreciate you guys very, very much. Let's see. How you guys woke up bullish. I woke up like this. What's up, bro? Put you on the wheel, man. How are you? Woke up bullish. Well, I got a good video for you guys today, man. People are waking up. Speaking of woke up, Jerry, you actually about to show the membership video for free? Oh, no. Just a little commercial, Cindy. Just a little commercial, bro. That was the furry freeloader. Yes. Tell him I said thank you. I think to get one, they have to at least have to be in the live, don't they? So total number should not matter. Oh, okay. I don't know. It seems like everybody that's doing it are not in the live that gets it. I don't know. Hey there, woke up bullish. The shades, yes. Bullish. Hello, Emily and VHF. Hi, Monique. How's it going, Monique? The shade gives DJ Paul from 3-6 Mafia vibes. Yeah, I'll be chilling, man. All about the Benjamins, baby, but it's not because Fiat's a scam. Yes, it is. But the money I'm talking about in the video is not about dollars. Okay? We're talking about these Satoshis. Sin, are you familiar with Planet Caravan by Sabbath? The Signal group is worth the $5. Short man says. Thank you, Trent. Dean, hello. Jay Remmer, great. Now all you can do is picture Jerry screaming, tear the glove up while wearing that husband beater. Yeah, you also get the husband beater shirts, Sin calls them, in those videos. Because I was chilling. I don't have to put on the costume, the uniform. I was just on my street chilling. I woke up and said, let me give these boys a video, man. I had some stuff to say. So I said it. Thank you, Sin. I appreciate it, man. We got a couple more in the chat. 741 goes to Monique. Let's see who can win block 742. Speaking of Jay Remmer, there he is. Boom. Boom. Congratulations. Corey, I'm not, but I will look it up. Sin don't know something. He's going to look it up immediately. Jay Remmer is the winner. I was a poet and I didn't even know it. 743. Then, congratulations. Boom. Speaking of the devil, Sin Diesel. Block 743. Go Jay Remmer. Emily, yes. All right, we're all caught up with the spins. 42, Sin Diesel. Woo woo. Gotcha. That's the song I'll be performing tonight. I'll post it in the Signal group. Okay, cool. Cool. 43, Sin Diesel. Boom, baby. That's right. Boom, baby. I think I found the reason for some people not ever to get one from YouTube help pages. Okay. Jerry, my YouTube is skipping again. Oh, maybe refresh it, Jenny. To opt in for gifted membership, you must be signed in with a YouTube channel that isn't a brand account. Check if you're on a brand account right now. Channel members aren't eligible to receive gifted memberships. Channel members aren't eligible to receive gifted memberships. Okay. Sin, you're the winner. Yes. All right, so we're going to get on into this video. So again, we're going to check out Black Conservative Perspective. He made a video. He made a video. He made he made a video, and it was called Gen Z police officer gives up and moves back in with his parents after refusing to work overtime. Okay. And this is a fascinating video, man. I actually posted this video. This young man, he's 27 years old. He's like a Gen Z millennial, because I think millennials are 27 right now. So, but that's the oldest one, but he's kind of a millennial too. Last part that you repeat is not the important one. Okay. You must be signed in with a YouTube channel that isn't a brand account. I'm pretty sure I am on a brand account. Other may be too. Okay. You must be signed in with a YouTube channel that isn't a brand account. All right. I don't really understand that, but good evening, beautiful souls. Michelle, speaking of beautiful souls, what's up, Michelle? How are you, ma'am? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Michelle, we're about to watch a fascinating video right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 4, 6, 10. By a young man named Greg Foreman. He's a political commentator. And I made a prediction, which I will show you in a little bit. But let's go ahead and watch that video and watch the young man talking about basically inflation. That's what he is. Wow. In tribute to Jen, Michelle, I guess that makes me a brand account then. Yeah, maybe. Good evening, Michelle F. Short man, Trent, the Bitcoin technician, sent in 1,234. He sent in a Jen Zap. And in the message, he said, Jen the GOAT. JTG, Jenny. That was a shout out to you. That was not no competition. That was a shout out to you. So thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that very, very much, man. That's very kind of you, Trent. All right, so let's get into this video. I'm actually downloaded it and turned it up a little bit. So we're going to watch it. And again, this is a fascinating video. We're going to check out Gen Z, this cop who's a Gen Z, and Greg's reaction to it.
Video yesterday talking about how as a 20-something-year-old, it's hard out here financially, right? I think everybody feels that, and looking at the comments, a lot of people agree. But some of you, I saw a few comments talking.
Hold on, Monique. She says, good to know. I'm planning to start a channel, but I'm really shy. I've got the artwork uploaded for it and a domain name. Good. Do that, Monique. We'd love to see that. We need more ladies into Bitcoin. Let's do it.
So I made a video yesterday talking about how as a 20-something-year-old, it's hard out here financially, right? I think everybody feels that, and looking at the comments, a lot of people agree. But some of you, I saw a few comments talking about this, and I'll talk about this. They're like, dude, you got to get into rental properties, like buy property and rent it out. That is quite literally the problem, okay? These corporations and wealthy individuals buying up houses in multifamilies and apartment buildings and jacking up the rent to make money is quite literally why we're in this situation. And me personally, I have a conscience, and I don't feel good about making money off of other people's suffering, okay? And personally, I don't even think this should be legal. I don't think you should even be allowed to do that. I'm just going to be honest. And the thing is, if you're this person and this is your business, like your business is, oh, I own, my business is real estate. Like I own all these properties. Yeah, your business does absolutely nothing positive for the world. Like your business changed nothing, right? The least creative business you can get into. Congratulations. Like you have zero creativity. Your business solved zero problems in the world. If anything, it created problems. So thanks.
All right, guys. So we got to react to a video that is going viral that isn't necessarily political. However, at the same time, this video is probably very relevant to young men, young people trying to navigate today's world, right? In regards to struggling with the cost of living going up, rent going up, things are getting more expensive, and people are struggling.
Okay, so let me stop it right there. He said this video is not political. He's saying that because he's a political commentator and he normally covers political videos. Okay. And I made a prediction on Twitter, and I'm going to show it here in a minute, that he's going to start going away from political videos and talking about something else. Can you guess what I think he was going to be talking about? And the day has come. Okay. And I made that prediction. And that's why he's telling his audience, hey, this is not a political video and blah, blah, blah. And I'll get into my tweet and then what he says in a little bit.
And people are struggling, okay? And this video is going viral because it features a young police officer who is 27 years old that basically has given up, right? He is moving back home with his parents because he can't really afford to pay rent. He says it's too expensive. He wants to buy a house. He wants to have the American dream, but he basically feels stuck, right? And videos like this are going viral because I feel like a lot of young people feel this way when it comes to navigating life, okay, in this day and time. And I want to react to this video because although this is not my typical political content, I think that my reaction and the things I'm going to say in this video are probably going to really help people out a lot more than my usual content in regards to how you can apply this to your everyday life. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and roll the clip.
I'm going to rant about something for 2 minutes. If you want to listen, cool. If not, that's fine. But I think a lot of you could relate to this. So I'm a cop. I make decent money. I'll just tell you, I make like 70 grand a year in the new contract. Pre-tax, right? So my pre-tax income is $70,000 a year if I work no extra details or overtime, whatever. My take-home pay every month post-tax is like $4,000, right? Just about. And where I live, a one-bedroom apartment ranges anywhere from $2,000 to like $2,400 a month, maybe more, depending on where you're at. And a mortgage is going to be well over $2,500 for any house in this state, okay? Unless I moved out into the middle of fucking nowhere and had an hour and a half drive to work. And I'm discouraged. I have a decent job. My job is inherently kind of dangerous. I feel like I should be getting paid a little bit more personally, but it's whatever. And before you're like, well, you can work overtime in details. Yeah, dude, I don't want to work my life away. I have a lot of things I like to do outside of my job. I want to spend time with my family, and hopefully I have my own family someday, and I want to actually see my kids. And I'm 27, by the way. And like, I just feel like I'm fucked. Like I'm fucked. I'm single. I don't have a girlfriend. And I don't want a girlfriend just for like financial reasons, you know what I mean? Like I want to actually find somebody that I want to be with. And like I had to move back home because I just like can't afford to do that, right? And I'm not going to fucking blow my life away working because I feel like I don't believe in that personally, right? And if you disagree, that's fine. And a lot of people I work with, they work every day, doubles. And it's like, what kind of life is that? Like, yeah, maybe you have a little bit of extra money, but for what? You're at work all the time. You don't even enjoy it. So it's like, we're fucked. We're so fucked.
What if I told you that you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? That's right. You can put those 2 payments away and finally get a little bit of breathing room. It's possible when you call American Financing to that you heard that. Now, AmericanFinancing.net/BCP. Yeah, so you say that you heard that. Now, I don't know this guy's politics, but just watching some of his videos, I believe that he's a liberal, right? But I don't know that for sure. Regardless, I don't think it really matters that much because I am here to say that it is not too late, right? And I understand there are a lot of young people that feel like this. They feel like it's hopeless. However, in this guy's situation, okay, which is not a terrible situation, it is definitely a situation where he can still achieve the American dream if he has a financial plan, right? A proper financial plan. And also if he improves his work ethic. Now, before people get in the comments and, start flaming me for saying that, let me explain what I mean. Because there are a lot of people who are probably in a similar situation as this guy. And I'm telling you, it's not as hopeless as people try to make it out to be, okay? First and foremost, this guy is a police officer. He says he makes $70,000 a year, which, in my opinion, is, depending on where you live at. I don't know where this guy lives at. It's okay, right? It's one of those things where, okay, we can work with that. And also on top of that, he's single with no kids. So it's not like he has kids to take care of. He doesn't have mouths to feed, right? The only mouth that he has to feed is his own mouth, right? So that's good, right? He basically already kind of has a leg up despite the $70,000 salary. He's moving back in with his parents, which I think is the right decision. It is a good decision. And the reason why I say this is because, yes, I'm acknowledging that rents are high. The cost of living is going up. Young people are struggling in order to buy a house, to afford a home. And what young people have to realize, what people have to realize is that, hey, you're going to have to make some sacrifices.
Boom. This kid, Greg, on the right, black conservative perspective, he was raised right, man. He was raised right. And I think the Western culture is terrible versus the Eastern culture. I think the people on the East gets it right. I think families should all live together and not be living separately. I'm a firm believer in that. I want all my family to live with me. You know what I mean? We share the responsibilities and stuff, especially the way inflation is today. I put the link to this video as well. So make sure you guys go to this video, go to Greg's channel, subscribe to him, and watch him. He's got some great videos. He got some great content and some great feedback. He really does. Putting your life on the line for $4,000 a month. Wow. Truth. Life got worse when it should have got better. Inflation kills you. I feel sorry for the Gen Zers, man. The Gen Zers and the young millennials. You know what I mean? I feel sorry. They're trapped between a a rock and a hard place. They really are.
Afford a home. And what young people have to realize, what people have to realize is that, hey, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. If that means having a full-time job and staying at home with your parents, then that's a sacrifice that has to be made. In fact, I think that's something that should be normalized. When people look at immigrants, for example, they come over here and they have success. One thing I've noticed is that, again, in some cultures, the adult kids staying home and
Trey, what's up, bro? Trey Way. My man, how are you? Good to see you, bro. Yes, I agree. Families should stay together and work together. Yeah. And work your ass off. You know what I mean? Work a lot of hours. I talked about that today in my video. Hope all is well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna put you on the wheel, brother. Absolutely, Michelle. Well said.
and they have success. One thing I've noticed is that, again, in some cultures, the adult kids staying home until marriage is a very normal thing. In fact, it's encouraged because what happens is that they stay home with the parents and they just save a ton of money from working a full-time job. And they eventually use that money to either buy their first home or to buy a business, buy gas stations, buy hotels. But all that is achieved by basically staying with the parents and not paying rent and saving all that money, investing that money, and then using that money, again, in order to start a business or to buy a home, right? And in this dude's case, I know being 27 and being a man and staying at home with your parents sucks, right? It's not something that you want to do. But ultimately, at the end of the day, he's already doing it. And if you're going to do it, then that actually creates opportunity because you can take that $2,400, right, that you're no longer paying in rent that you don't have to pay in rent. Obviously, you want to pay your parents or to help your parents pay some bills, take them out to a nice dinner, right, like compensate them for housing you, right? It's not an ideal situation. But if he takes that $2,400 that he would be saving.
Let me give you a little bit of commentary first. Bitcoin Bacon Booty says, yeah, but people should feel that they can achieve independence. Very true. That is true. You should be able to live on your own if you want to, right? But all families are different. You know, some people's family members, I got some family members that I do not want to live with. Okay. I'm not saying I want to live with every single one of my family and some immediate family, but there's some that you get along with and you guys are together and you guys like really like being together, then be together and share the bills and everything. You know what I mean? If that's something you want to do. And I agree with you, Bitcoin Bacon Booty. It should be able to feel that way and achieve independence. The problem is most people can't because the money is broken, man. You know what I mean? And they can't. My particular situation with my daughter is I want her to live here. She doesn't have to work a job. She can just do things around the house and be productive and stuff. You know, because again, just because you work a job or you don't work a job and you're at home doesn't mean you don't contribute. Everybody has to contribute and pull their weight. You know what I mean? Like my daughter does planning around here. You know, I want to be able to have her live with me and take care of her until she gets married. You know what I mean? And be able to do her thing. And then if her husband wants to move in with us, we'll get a bigger place and they can all move in with us if we all, you know, get along and stuff. You know, but I think that's the way you should do because you're just more prosperous that way. You know what I mean? And it's just a bigger family. This stuff that living independently and all this stuff is new in human history. You know, humans always live together in tribes and big families and stuff. People working a lot of hours and getting no further ahead. Exactly, Bitcoin Bacon Booty. I lived with roommates for a long time. Exactly. I've rented rooms and everything else. And while I was renting a room or living with somebody, I was quote unquote investing and making all kind of money because I was saving the money on the rent. You don't have to do that. The West encourages the separation of family. Exactly, son. Because we encourage a home with parents, 3 kids, 2 living grandparents when they can tax 5 different households. Exactly. Because why encourage a home with parents, 3 kids, 2 living grandparents when they can tax 5 different households? Yep. It takes a village. Yeah, exactly. Take care of each other, work together, and build relationships and wealth. Yep. Now, again, all families don't work out like that because they don't get along. But if you get along with them, again, try it out and see how it works.
Actually creates opportunity because you can take that $2,400, right, that you're no longer paying in rent that you don't have to pay in rent. Obviously, you want to pay your parents or to help your parents pay some bills, take them out to a nice dinner, right, like compensate them for housing you, right? It's not an ideal situation. But if he takes that $2,400 that he would be saving, okay, by not having to pay somebody else's mortgage, then he could save that every single month and invest that. And at the end of 5 years, he could have a lot more money than he thinks.
Take that $2,400 a month. And again, give your parents a little bit of something, you know, help them around the house, you know, Again, take them out to dinner, give them a few bucks here and there. Don't cost them any money, right? Pay for your own food and stuff like that. I'm saying if you're working, right? If you're a working man or woman, contribute around the house, pay a bill here and there and stuff like that. But save that $2,400 a month or $2,200 or $2,000 a month and invest it in something. Now, he's going to talk about what you should invest in. And I wonder what he's going to say, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, let me explain. For example, if he can invest that money for 5 years at a 20% annual compound growth rate, and I'm going to explain to you guys a realistic way of actually achieving a 20% compound growth rate year over year. But first, if he was to do that for 5 years straight, okay, then he would end up with $233,000, almost $250,000 at the end of 5 years. Now, does that sound hopeless to be 32 years old, which he will be 32 in 5 years, and have $250,000 by essentially saving that money that you otherwise would have been paying to somebody else and just living with your parents for a little bit, and now all of a sudden in 5 years you have more than enough for a down payment on the house, right? I don't think housing prices are going to continue to grow, to the point where $100,000 is not going to be a good amount for a down payment. But my point is that can happen, right? If he makes the right sacrifices. Now, again, some people may be asking, well, how do you get a 20% annual growth rate? Well,
I know something to get you higher than a 20% CAGR. Hey, Jerry, good video. There are always options. It doesn't always need to be your end goal straight away. This is Scotty sending in 99 sats. Thank you, Scotty. Appreciate it. Well, we know what gives away a better than a 20% CAGR, and he may talk about that, Okay, it's final. We are all moving in with Jerry. Come on, Sharon. Come on. With the right ethos, a family can still prosper as a unit. Exactly. Even if they don't get along. Do you think all of Rothschilds all got along, or all of the Windsor all get along? They definitely have empires. Yes. Good point, Sin. Good point. Very good point.
in 5 years you have more than enough for a down payment on the house, right? I don't think housing prices are going to continue to grow, to the point where $100,000 is not going to be a good amount for a down payment. But my point is that can happen, right? If he makes the right sacrifices. Now, again, some people may be asking, well, how do you get a 20% annual growth rate? Well, it comes with some risk, okay? And some people may find what I'm about to say to be controversial, but what I would personally do is...
Now, let me stop it right there. He said it comes with some personal risk, he says. Now, this is something me and him argued about on Twitter. Now, he doesn't think it's risky, but when he's talking to someone new, he says this particular investment, he calls it, is risky, right? To new people. And I understand what he's saying. So let me show you what I mean. This tweet right here, show it to you. This tweet right here, ladies and gentlemen, was from July 13th. And this is what Greg said in the tweet. He said, you can buy, let me see, make sure I got it. You can buy spot Bitcoin on Robinhood, Coinbase, any reputable exchange, etc., or just buy the ETFs like iBit if your broker isn't a communist, he said. Preferably you buy actual Bitcoin to own and self-custody forever. Now, self-custody, he said. Now, he's responding to this guy who said, what is a good platform to get Bitcoin on? I put $800 into Voyager and then went bankrupt. I got about 150 back. You probably can't get it on Fidelity. Can you? I already have an account with them. So he was giving this guy advice about getting spot Bitcoin on Robinhood, Coinbase, and reputable exchanges. He's almost there. Greg's almost there. And then I responded because he was doing a lot of Bitcoin. Greg, the political guy now, was doing a lot of Bitcoin tweets. So I responded and said this, ladies and gentlemen. I said, I know your videos consist of mostly political and some trending news. Just like he said in his video. But I'm looking forward to your first Bitcoin video, I said. My personal betting odds say late fall, early winter. Either way, it's coming. Now, that's what I said. Jerry's going to need a bigger place. What's he doing with his hands? Exactly. The risk is not having any. Yes. If you have no Bitcoin, you're losing. So I predicted on July 13th, and what's today? July 22nd, 9 days later. I wasn't expecting it this soon, but he did it sooner than I thought he would. Let's continue on with the video.
situation. And I'm not saying he should necessarily do this, because what he should do depends on his own risk tolerance. But knowing what I know, okay, what I would do if I was him is that I would basically invest that $2,400 every single month in a combination of cash, the S&P 500, and Bitcoin. That's what I would do. I'll make it as simple.
Ding, 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 ladies and gentlemen. That's the first time he's ever done that on his channel. He's talking about the S&P 500. He did say something about Bitcoin, but making a recommendation and a standalone video outside of politics and trending stuff, this young man is waking up. Now, this is what me and him argued about maybe a week before that tweet. I told him there is no second best. Bitcoin is the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save, right? And he's almost there. Do I think he still has S&P 500 and all that other stuff, Greg? Yes, he does. But he's going down the rabbit hole. And he's at the point of his learning right now of not just buying Bitcoin and tweeting about it and learning about it, but now he's telling others. And again, he's got almost 1 million subscribers on his channel. And he put this video out yesterday. And this video, as of this recording, has, let's see, has 83,329 views on this video. And he's telling everybody. Now, why is he doing this? Why is he telling everybody 83,329? Now, why is he telling people to buy the S&P 500 and save in cash? Because that's what stage he's at, number one. But number two, he's not just going to go out there and say Bitcoin in the beginning. And that's exactly what I did, ladies and gentlemen. I started off with precious metals. Then when I got into Bitcoin, I said, oh, we need both. A combination. You hear the key word? A combination of gold and silver and Bitcoin. That's what I did. Well, then after a while, what did I do? The best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. There ain't no second best, guys. So I told him to put it all into Bitcoin. And that's what I recommend today. And I'm going to make another prediction. He's going to do that again. He's going to talk about it. And he's going to say, you know what? I'm slowly selling all that stuff off and I'm going all into Bitcoin. He would do that within 24 months, 2 years. Guarantee it. I was watching this with my daughter last night and I paused the video and I go, I guarantee you he's going to talk about Bitcoin. And he did. Now, when he said the 20% CAGR, I knew he wasn't just going to talk about Bitcoin because we know Bitcoin has a higher CAGR than that. Somebody just sent me a payment on Strike. Thank you, a donation. And it was, the first one was 111. Thank you so much. I think that was Samantha. Thank you very much, ma'am. And then another huge one. She 10x'd it to 1,011. Thank you so much, Samantha. I appreciate that. Samantha, I ever tell you I'm dated a girl named Samantha? I'll tell you about that later. I was just watching that. Haha. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, exactly. If you have no Bitcoin, you're losing. How do you invest in cash? Asking for a friend. Yeah. He's talking to the normies, man. He's got 1 out of 3. He's got 1 out of 3. I was just watching that. Yeah, exactly, Jor. I think he means have some cash savings built up a little bit. I know he's just joking. It's scary when people think they know more than they do, especially with that size following. Yeah. He knows what he's talking about, but he's still in the fiat world, Jor. You know what I mean? But he's dipping his feet into Bitcoin right now. Canadian ShakePay lets you earn Bitcoin on the cash you hold on the app. What you doing holding cash if you're not going to earn Bitcoin on it? Yeah. He's not to that stage yet. Sailor just created another product for those that invest in cash. STRC, going after the money market, is backed by BTC. I heard about that. I don't think you ever mentioned it, Samantha. You sure about that? Maybe not. I used to date a very nice lady named Samantha. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. Pretty cool. Pretty good girl. And have I ever told you about her? I don't know.
Samantha right here.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. Do you know anything about cryptocurrency?
No, zero.
Do you know anyone who you know anything about? I'm with Samantha right here.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. Do you know anything about cryptocurrency?
No, zero.
Do you know anyone who's invested in crypto? You know anything about Dogecoin? Any of those things?
No. I think it's nonsense, to be honest with you.
Why do you think that?
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because a lot of scammers? What kind of things do you feel?
I work too hard to risk losing the money that I work for.
So you just think
if I can see it like actually in my hand or what I know to be in my bank account that I've known for a long time that I trust it. But I just don't. But I guess I don't know enough about it either.
Okay, well, thank you for that combo.
Well, I wouldn't mind helping Samantha. I think she needs a little help, guys. Sooner or later, he will realize there is no second best. Play the song. Is that a real song? Triple B, haha. I think I heard something about Savannah, but not a Samantha. I think so too. Nope, no Samantha. Imagine holding the S&P. Yeah, well, I call the S&P something else on the on my membership video. Okay, let's just say it's something, two things that go in your toilet bowl. S&P, get it? Definitely not no Samantha. Yes. Let's play the rest of this a little bit.
The S&P 500 in Bitcoin. That's what I would do. I would make it as simple as possible. 10% in cash, and then I would probably put half and half Bitcoin to the S&P 500, and that is how I would achieve that 20% annual compound growth rate, because Bitcoin grows at 40 to 60% per year on average. The S&P 500.
So if it grows to 40 to 60% per year on average, then why put it in the S&P? Keyword poor, yes. Bitcoin bacon booty, yes. So he knows the numbers, right? Listen.
Growth rate, because Bitcoin grows at 40 to 60% per year on average. The S&P 500, maybe 7 to 11%. Cash, if he's keeping cash like a emergency account or whatever, he should probably put it in a high yield savings account, a money market, something that's going to get him probably around 3 to 4% right now. Okay, with current interest rates.
Jason, what's up, brother? What I think Greg is doing, to his defense, he is a very smart guy. Okay, he's very smart, but he's just he's on his way, right? What I think he's doing, and he said this to me in my tweet when we went back and forth. He basically said he knows Bitcoin is the best, but it's not a good thing to tell somebody, a normie, just put all your eggs in that basket. And I agree with them on that. So what I think he's doing is, I think he's slowly but surely introducing Bitcoin to the normies. You know what I mean? Shizzle and pizzle. That's right. Bitcoin is too risky. Yeah, very risky. I won't tell him you call S&P what you call S&P, but it tickled my soul. Yes. He has to know how silly that sounds. Yeah. When he says the numbers, in a high yield savings account, 3 to 4% for the cash and then 11% for the S&P. Again, we're always looking at things from our lenses, because we're Bitcoiners. He's not a full Bitcoiner like us. You know what I mean? Dean and Jason, boom, too volatile. Yes, sin, yes, it is, with the laughing emojis. You are left stranded and poor. S&P, yes. Right, Lauren, yep. Let's do a spin here real quick while we're waiting, guys. Let's see. We'll keep playing that video though, because he says some good stuff in that video. Again, I'm not knocking Greg at all. I watch Greg every single day. Greg is a smart young man. So I left a link to his video. Make sure you guys subscribe to Greg Foreman, the Black Conservative Perspective, because again, he does great work, man. The kid works 7 days a week and makes 4 to 5 videos every single day, 7 days a week. And that kid is on it, man. BTC 10 bigger than SP 500. Yes, 600,000 coins. Yeah, Jor. It's crazy, man. Let's do a spin real quick, guys. Let's see where we're at with the blocks. 746. All right, we'll do a couple spins. Let's spin for 744 and let's see who wants more. The new significant 7. Hey, Jared Grasshopper. What's up? Jared. Congratulations, Jared. Are you here? Grasshopper's here, though. How are you? Grasshopper. Rough day. Really? What happened, Grasshopper? Hey, it's been a minute. Yes, it has, Jared. Congratulations. Congrats. Hopper, congrats. Yes. Hopper, what happened, man? Going to spin for 745 now. Trade A. Good game, Jared. Significant 7. No longer focus on the Mag 7 stocks. Exactly, man. I don't have any of that stuff, man. And I had it all. You know what I mean? I don't have any of that crap. Jared, Hopper, Ozzy, rest in peace to my prince. Yeah, that is a rough day. Sad day today, man. Woo woo. Congrats, Hopper. Yeah, absolute legend, man. Absolute legend. You know what I mean? We got 42 in the chat. That means double 21. Congratulations, Trey. Trey, are you still here, sir? You got to be here to win, or I'm going to take you off the wheel for 745. So I know you popped in. While you're waiting, or while you're deciding if you're not here, let's spin 746. Congrats. Corey. Corey, congratulations. I know people that trade S&P, but I don't know a single soul buying and investing in S&P. Yeah, if you want to trade and you want to make money like that, then hey, that's on you. You know what I mean? But never trade Bitcoin, man. Never, because people trade, for their job. That's what they do. You know what I mean? Good news. Tomorrow is a new day. Yes, Grasshopper. That's right, Jenny. Woo woo. Good game, Corey. Dollar Man. I know Corey's here. I ain't gotta ask that. Let me see Trade Day. Where's Trade Day? I'll take him off the wheel. We're gonna do it again, guys. Do this one more again. Put Grasshopper over here. Grasshopper, hope you better. I hope it's nothing personal that happened to you. Woohoo! Yep. We're gonna go back in time and do 745. Moonshiki. Gen Xers and Boomers tend to invest in the S&P via ETFs like VU. Yes. Yes. Moonshiki, congrats, bro. Yes. All right, let's get back into this video because he says some really pretty cool stuff here. So let's see what he says. Yay, Moonshiki, boom. Like Ozzy Osbourne. Yes, Otis. Yeah, he passed away today, man. Otis, what's up, my boy? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Otis, I'm gonna put you on the wheel, sir. How are you? Otis Hare Jr. Good game, Moonshiki. Hello, Otis. Otis Hare Jr. Otis, look how much respect he is. Let's finish this up, guys.
Cash. If he's keeping cash like a emergency account or whatever, he should probably put it in a high yield savings account, a money market, something that's going to get him probably around 3 to 4% right now. Okay, with current interest rates, and that could get him realistically a 20% annual growth rate. Now, a lot of people say that Bitcoin is a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme. This video is not about trying to tell people Bitcoin is not a scam or why it's not a Ponzi scheme or whatever, right? Because when you understand hard money principles, then you understand that Bitcoin is not a scam, right? But if people aren't comfortable with that, right? For people who say, oh, well, I don't trust it, whatever, fine. Okay, gold is an option because that's also hard money as well too. Or you could just stick to, for example, the S&P 500. You can stick to broad-based market index funds, right? Which, hey, over year, okay, hopefully you're getting 7 to 11%. Even in the case that he gets a 10% annual growth rate, which is totally realistic, okay, he's looking at having $183,000 at the end of 5 years. Or if he has 0% growth, which means he basically is keeping his cash in a bank account, which he probably should not do because that means that he would be losing money to inflation, he would still have $144,000 at the end of 5 years.
Right, but even with that 7 or 11% annual growth rate, Greg, like you said, he's losing it to inflation, aka purchasing power. It's not about how many dollars you got left; it's about what you can do with those dollars. And if the money or the M2 money supply is keeping up with that 7 or 11%, then you just running on a hamster wheel. You know what I mean? Otis, I'm going to be posting a tribute video for Ozzy on my channel later, so I'll post it in the Signal group. Yes. Gold is hardish money. Yeah, it's hard compared to fiat. Nothing compared to Bitcoin. He has only 1 foot in the game. Yeah, he's going along his learning curve. You know what I mean? He should be mining Bitcoin with the hand movement. Sure.
But again, that takes sacrifice. And what you have here is a man at the age of 27 basically saying that he doesn't want to work overtime. He doesn't want to put in the work and to make the sacrifices that is needed in order to achieve what he says that he wants, right? His dream, which is to have a family, a home, a house. But he has to understand that in order to get that, you got to put in the work, right? Like when you say that you don't want to work overtime, basically what you're saying is that you don't want to put in the work that is required as a man, the sacrifice that is required as a man, the delayed gratification that is required as a man to achieve what you're trying to achieve.
Whoa, Jen. I got to take Nico out. You guys have a great night. Well, take him out and come back, Jenny. He looks like Nate Dogg. Yeah. I got to take Nico out. You have a good night. I'm keeping you on the wheel, Jenny. Just take him out and come back. Dean, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah.
Provide for the family that you want in the future, right? Because it's always been that way, right? I mean, there are a lot of young people, millennials, that I get it. It's tough, right? I'm a millennial. I get it. In this dude's case, he's 27, which I guess would make him Gen Z, but he's not that much younger than me, to be honest. We're basically the same age, okay? Around the same age. So regardless, things get more expensive. It sucks. I understand that. But this is not an impossible situation, okay? There's so many opportunities out there, just given the fact that we have so much technology. We have knowledge at our fingertips, right? You have AI, where you can literally open up AI and ask them any question, right? Anything you've ever wondered, right? How to invest, how to budget, or how to do whatever, right? How to learn to scale. Like, all this stuff is available to people, but yet you have people that are basically saying that they had it worse than their parents did, when their parents didn't have all the access to the technology and the things that we have nowadays. Like, there's unlimited knowledge out there. So to me, it's really disheartening to listen to a grown man at
99, got to get some sleep, beauty sleep. Okay. Okay, Maggie, we love you. Thank you. And by the way, Greg is preaching right now. He is absolutely preaching. This kid is 27 years old, and he just doesn't want to work any overtime and all that. I work 7 days a week, man. You know what I mean? Agree with that. The world is up for grabs. Exactly. Yikes. No excuses. Yeah. You know what I mean? And this kid practices what he preaches, and I do too. So does Jor. We all do. Good night, Megs. Ray J. Peace and love, Megs. Good night, Meg. Yeah. He's preaching right now.
To the technology and the things that we have nowadays. Like, there's unlimited knowledge out there. So to me, it's really disheartening to listen to a grown man at 27 say, I don't want to work overtime, when the plight of a man, okay, for the longest time, since the beginning of time, since the beginning of civilization, is to work, and to work to provide, especially when you're talking about when you're in your 20s, right? Every man in their 20s should be working as much as possible, okay? Delayed gratification, having a low time preference, is a sign of intelligence, okay? A lot of people don't understand that, because I'll tell you one thing I noticed, okay? The people who tend to not be that intelligent have a high time preference. What that means is that they do not like waiting for things. They don't like sticking with a long-term plan or thinking about how they're going to navigate life beyond the next 5 minutes.
Sounds like a Bitcoiner to me. Does that sound like a Bitcoiner? He wasn't talking like this before. And by the way, Greg, if you're watching, Greg watches my videos, guys. Okay, I'm just telling you that right now. Okay? I watch his too. You know what I mean? But that sounds like a Bitcoiner to me. You know what I mean? I don't think he really said he doesn't want to work overtime. He's talking about how even if he did, what's the point? Yeah, I know. But he was kind of like, what's the point of working? You know what I mean? That's Bitcoin language. Exactly. Agreed, Triple B. Plus, work looks different to different people. Yes, it does. Very true. He should not be bothered by someone else's personal business. His job is dangerous anyway. Yeah. Very true.
Right? The people who tend to be the most successful, who tend to be the more intelligent people, they know how to think about what they're going to be doing or what they want to do in the next 5 to 10 years, and they're making a plan in order to get there and sticking with that plan, right? They have a low time preference. They understand that, okay, I got to sacrifice today if I don't want to work as hard tomorrow. This guy doesn't want to work hard today. He just wants to do the bare minimum, which is to work 40 hours a week. And yes, I know there will be people that say, oh, well, he should just be able to work 40 hours a week and afford a house and a nice car and a family. And listen, here's the thing. I agree with you, but we don't live in that world, right? When you are putting in the average amount of time, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, right? If you are being mediocre, then you're going to get mediocre results.
Boom. I'm with him on this, man. I know everybody's not going to agree with this. I am completely with him. This is how I live my life, man. Every time I put in 100 hours plus, man. And what I mean by working, I'm talking about studying, like watching videos, putting things together, going out here making money. I just don't BS around, man. I'm up for 18 hours a day, right? 80 to 90% of that, I'm working on something. I'm doing something, either watching a Bitcoin video, getting prepared for the show, door dashing, learning about something. I can't just sit around and BS. Now at nighttime, maybe I'll take an hour or two just to relax and chill. Again, the 80-20 rule. And I'm 50 doing this. When I was in my 20s, oh my God. Again, your discretionary time, just like your discretionary income, where are you putting it at? You know what I mean? Triple B says life is more expensive. Parents got a better life with lower wages. That's why Bitcoin is our path forward. Exactly. The cop is currently disheartened. Once we all start to wake up, we probably felt the same way shortly before opening our eyes. The disheartening lows leads to the enlightenment. Exactly. Yes, that's the path to it. That is the path, Sen. Exactly. It's agreed, Sen. Yeah. True, Sen. Yeah. Just stay with your parents, help your parents out, pay a few bills here and there, and save up $2,000 a month. You know what I mean? And put it into Bitcoin when you get there, when you get to that point. You know what I mean? I disagree. Big talk. The guy does a dangerous job that is not always respected. A lot of people talk like this, Greg, but have their own set of problems. You disagreeing with Greg? Samantha, agreed. Plus, we don't know his entire story. Context is important. It is important. I agree. I don't know his whole thing. I'm talking about in general, though. In general, a man should be working his butt off. Now, again, and Greg's going to say this, he did choose to be a police officer, but he doesn't have to work overtime being a police officer. And I said this in my video today, in my membership video, hustle something on the side. You know what I mean? Do something, create I'm not going to say it. You can watch the membership video, but just create, multiple streams of income. You don't have to work overtime as a cop, but he did chose that field. You know what I mean? So you should be working his butt off. That 100% fact, Sins. Once you find Bitcoin, you start having hope. Yep. Goodbye, everyone. My husband's home. Jerry, I'll tell him hi and says hi. He says hi. Okay, no doubt. Monique, thank you. Different paths can lead to the same result. If I had continued my 9-to-5 job, I would have earned a lot more in the past. But then I probably wouldn't have had enough time to learn all about Bitcoin yet. Exactly. Good night, Monique. Yes. Yep. So I may have earned less in the past, but I had more time to learn, and this will probably make up and more for the ending of my job. Yep. Exactly.
You don't live in that world, right? When you are putting in the average amount of time, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, right? If you are being mediocre, then you're going to get mediocre results, right? I guarantee you, his colleagues, right? His coworkers who are putting in that overtime, they're going to be benefiting a lot more in the future than he will, especially considering this no tax on overtime provision that has come from the big, beautiful bill, right? So again, people who are working that overtime, they got tax-free money coming in.
I know what he's saying, but again, like Sin said, context, you don't know what these people are doing with their money. You don't know what their bills are. You don't know if they're investing and saving. So again, it's not about how much you make, it's how much you keep. So just because they're working overtime doesn't mean anything. And I know what Greg is saying. Just work harder and get the extra money that you're working hard with and put it into one of those three things. I get what he's saying. We all find Bitcoin at the time and price that we deserve. Necessity is the mother of all invention. Exactly. Like Sailor said, Bitcoin is a thing when people need it, not when they want it. Exactly. Doesn't the overtime just get taxed? No, he was just saying that. No taxes on overtime, Samantha. That's what Trump came out with.
That's a huge benefit. Absolutely huge benefit. Again, no tax on overtime provision that has results, right? I guarantee you, his colleagues, right? His coworkers who are putting in that overtime, they're going to be benefiting a lot more in the future than he will, especially considering this no tax on overtime provision that has come from the big, beautiful bill, right? So again, people who are working that overtime, they got tax-free money coming in. That's a huge benefit. Absolutely huge benefit. Again, if you take that money and you invest it, right, for the future, those people will be winning, right? But this guy, he's basically saying, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put in that work. I don't want to put in the sacrifice. I want to have fun today because I feel like I shouldn't have to work that hard to get what I want. And that's just not the way that life works. I'm sorry, right? Again, we can sit here and, talk about how things should be, right? But that's not the way things are, right? And instead of doing that, I think it's better to figure out, okay, how do we overcome this situation, right? Because again, his situation is not hopeless. It just requires sacrifice. It requires financial planning. It requires delayed gratification. It requires a low time preference. It requires understanding the time value of money. Like, it requires all of these things that is readily available at his fingertips if he's willing to do it, right? So again, this guy, just in general, he needs better work ethic, right? He needs to be willing to work more, right? To sacrifice more. and he needs to learn how to invest, right? And to live below his means. And he has a great opportunity. And I know some people will say, oh, well, living with your parents at 27 years old is embarrassing. Well, let me say this. You may believe that, but would you rather be 32 years old, living with your parents with $250,000 in the bank account, or 32 years old paying somebody else's mortgage, living paycheck to paycheck with no money saved? I'm just saying, I think, living with your parents for a little bit is worth the sacrifice. Again, if you can save a life-changing amount of money that will enable you to now have that down payment for that house that you want, okay? To now already be well on your way to becoming a millionaire, okay? At some point in your life when you get ready to retire, because you made the right sacrifices as a young person.
Exactly. I still have quote unquote money from when I was in my 20s because I worked my ass off and I put it away. The Bitcoin nurse says, when I am not in my 9 to 5, I'm learning, living, and breathing Bitcoin. Exactly. I made an X channel, a YouTube channel. Wake up 5 every day, bed 9 to 10. I don't even have a TV service, just YouTube Learn. Exactly. You're working, bro. That's work. Great point, man. Thanks for sharing that, bro. Oh, okay. Sin, I missed that part. Yeah. Early bird gets the worm. Still holds true, and you have to set yourself above and apart. Yeah. History repeats itself until we learn from it and change our path. Yep. Exactly. Bitcoin nurse gets it. Yeah. Again, man, most of us, if not all of us, especially when you get into Bitcoin, even if you're not making extra money on the side, you're finding ways to set your mindset right for Bitcoin and getting more sats. Even if you're not working overtime or another job, you're finding stuff around the house and this stuff, because this is the cheat code, right? Going out in a job and working an extra 10, 20 hours and getting a few cuck bucks, yeah, that's fine. But if you can find something for $10 around the house or in the garage or something like that, $20 there, all that adds up for your future for Bitcoin, because this is the cheat code. You're getting 800 something units for $1 today. You know what I mean? The most valuable rewards requires persistence. Exactly.
To becoming a millionaire, okay, at some point in your life already be well able you to now have that down payment for that house that you want, okay? To now already be well on your way to becoming a millionaire, okay, at some point in your life when you get ready to retire, because you made the right sacrifices as a young person. And in this guy's situation, if he's willing to put his head down and work that overtime, which again, I get it, being a police officer is a dangerous job, okay? So I can understand why he may be reluctant to do that. But hey, you chose that career, right? So, it is what it is. I think we all agree that police officers should be paid more, but this is the situation that you're in. We're not talking about the ideal situation. We're talking about the actual situation. And in this situation, I think that if he put in that extra work, that extra overtime, right, getting that extra money coming in, he could increase his income to probably $100,000, and he could save even more than $2,400 a month. And he could have an even better outcome after 5 years than I just outlined, right? He got me an even better outcome. And I am not the type of person that doesn't practice what I preach, especially when it comes to this subject, because I've told you guys stories about how I've had to make these sacrifices before in the past. My senior year at UNC Chapel Hill, our basketball team in 2017 was in the national championship, okay? And I was doing Uber for some extra money on the side, and I had to decide between doing Uber that night or partying with my friends. If UNC won the basketball game, UNC did win the basketball game. And I made a decision that instead of partying and getting drunk with my friends, celebrating UNC becoming the national champions in basketball, I said, you know what? There's going to be a lot of money to be made tonight. There's going to be a huge surge in demand. Like, this opportunity doesn't happen that much. I decided I was going to Uber instead of going out and getting drunk and having fun. And I don't regret it, because I was taking all that money that I was making and I was investing it. I was saving it for the future, right? Because I knew that that money that I made at that time would be worth a lot more in the future.
That's exactly what I did, guys. And I'm not trying to brag when I say this, but I'm a lot older than him. When I got here, I was 45 years old when I got to Vegas, almost 46. And I decided to work at a pizza shop. And I'm telling you, I worked 7 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day. Okay? Every day. I didn't take any days off. And I was making YouTube videos too. And I was buying gold and silver and Bitcoin at the time, starting in February, because I got here in November 2020. So I started working at that pizza shop right around the time I started buying Bitcoin. And I was buying Bitcoin, gold, silver, platinum every single day. There's a party in Las Vegas almost every single night here. and there's some big event, and I'm getting invited to all these places. I got family, got friends coming out. I said, man, I can make $350 tonight and put it into my my hard money assets, or I can go party. I always worked. Now, I'm not saying I didn't party every once in a while and took an hour here or there, but I worked my ass off. And when I look at what I have now at the time, at the prices I was getting and stuff, and the gold and silver I had, I don't regret it one bit. And as a man, you got to work your ass off, man. Now, some of you guys are going to disagree with that. I'm on the same page with this young man. You know what I mean? About that. Sin says, in terms of BTC, you always be an early bird until it is globally adopted. Some folks are ostriches, some eagles, some hummingbirds. Depending when you get in, plebs will be buzzards in 20 years. Exactly, bro. Boom. Cheat code is being a kid now, having parents knowing about Bitcoin. They are the true cheaters. Yes, they are. Well said, Mushiki. I can't wait to have kids and teach them about Bitcoin. That's right, Triple B's. I bet he will regret that. What the young guy in the video, the police officer, doesn't understand is that being an officer is a public service job. It will never make you wealthy, but it will help others. Yes. Very true, Bitcoiners. State championship, there's time of celebration with the boys. Who you did it with? George said, I'm going to party with the boys. The Bitcoin nerds thankfully saving a percentage of that public service salary actually can make him wealthy. Exactly. Exactly, Sin. Discretionary income. Is that why Jimmy Gone calls you Pizza Man? The troll calls me Pizza Man. Yeah. I worked at a pizza shop 7 days a week. All money that was, let's just say, under something. Under the bridge. Straight cash. And I bought every day. I bought gold, silver, Bitcoin every single day, man. EB is here. I'll put you on the wheel, my boy. How are you, EB? Good to have you back. So I'm with him on this stuff, man. BTC Nerds, JEB, boom. I am in my early 30s. I spent the last 5 years renting a super small, cheap place rather than buying, and then lived on a Bitcoin standard held less than $200 for years. Worth it. Exactly. Exactly. The Bible says if you don't work, you don't eat. A man must work. Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. A man doesn't work unless man doesn't eat unless a man works. I have never had anybody hand me nothing, man. Ever. Great point, y'all. It's really hard not to cut out the BS when you become a Bitcoiner. I used to waste so much money on absolutely nothing. Exactly, Jordan. Me too, bro. To a certain extent. I've always been a saver, but I'm a super saver when I got on silver, and then I was freaking Super Saiyan saver on Bitcoin. EB, Jared, exact same for me. It's small sacrifice, but it's paying dividends. Exactly, brother. I did absolutely not work my ass off. I have been lazy all my life, but I had a good paying job and did not spend my money for nonsense, unlike some of my relatives. No doubt, man. No biggie, man. No biggie, but you're saving, though.
So I've made these sacrifices myself personally, okay? These are principles that I personally live by, and I know it works. So it really bothers me to see grown men in their 20s refusing to work overtime, refusing to put in that extra effort, okay, in order to achieve what they want, but yet they're complaining about not getting what they want out of life, but yet they're not putting in the work in order to get what they want. And again, it bothers me because at the end of the day, you know, if that's really what you want, you got to put in the work, right? You can't just say, well, I just refuse to work more. I refuse to do more because I feel like I'm entitled to have something just because I work 40 hours a week. And that's just not the way it works. I wish it worked that way, but it doesn't work that way. And that's the reality. So that's where I'm coming from. Okay. And you know, if you guys like these type of videos and stuff like that, then I'll find more of this stuff and I'll talk about it and break down how, you know, an individual can get out of their situation. In this guy's situation,
if you like videos like this, I'll talk about it more. AKA, if you want me to talk more about Bitcoin, because I think about Bitcoin all the time, I'll make more videos about Bitcoin. That's what he's saying right now, folks. And as a Bitcoiner, we can read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen.
More of this stuff, and I'll talk about it and break down how, you know, an individual can get out of their situation. In this guy's situation, I think living at home with his parents for a little bit would be great. And if he can save that money and work more overtime, right, and bring in more and to save more and invest, okay, get that, you know, 10% return per year over 5 to 10 years, he's going to be in a great situation. He's going to be in a great situation. Yeah, it sucks living at home with your parents for a little bit, but I think it's one of those things where if you can do it, but it requires discipline. It requires applying yourself. It requires delayed gratification, low time preference. These are all the things that are necessary, okay, in order to make it, okay, in today's environment, which again, I will acknowledge is not necessarily great, okay, for young people, especially with the cost of things going up. But it's possible for your money to outpace inflation, to get ahead if you apply yourself and you do the right things. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Boom. Love it. Love it. Good video by that young man. I think he's like 30 or 31. Young man, smart kid, man. Smart kid, man. You know, his parents raised him right. If I didn't know any better, man, that kid might be my son. Who knows? Now, I will agree with Greg. A man complaining on social media instead of spending that time hustling is a waste of time and money. Exactly. Exactly, son. And again, I don't know his whole situation. Like you said, it's all about context. But, you know, I just would never do that, man. You know what I mean? I would never be online, complaining about the problems. I'm looking for solutions, man. Success requires lots of sacrifice. Not everyone really wants it, and that's okay. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's going to be, that's why it's called average, okay? Because most people are going to be a little bit above and a little bit below and right in between. You know, everybody's not going to be a successful person. We do not know his situation. At least him saving with money with living with his family can help. Yeah, absolutely, Samantha. Very true, man. Very true. If you have the ability to move home to get yourself in a better place, I totally recommend it. I did it. That's how I actually became a nurse from a construction worker. Yeah. Nothing wrong with moving with your parents, man. If you're tolerable for them and they're tolerable for you, and you just help around the house, you know what I mean? Don't be a burden. Buy your own food. You know what I mean? That's what I say. Just don't be a burden. Don't cost them more, right? Make it a win-win. Do something for them. And if you do cost them more and you just don't have the money, you're completely saving all your money, which a lot of times don't happen. But if you are out there working and, break them off, give them something. Or if you're not, do stuff around the house. Make yourself valuable. Make yourself say, man, if this person leaves, man, I don't want them to leave. You know what I mean? It ain't all about the money, bro. You learn a lot being on the Bitcoin path. It all comes to you when it's supposed to. Yes. Delayed gratification is Thanos to a society based on overconsumption and entitlement. Yep. Exactly. You can also be successful without all the sacrifices. Many quote unquote successful people have a lot of regrets at the end of their life. Yes. There's two kind of pains, Jor. I think Brian Tracy says this. It's the pain of regret, which weighs tons, like you just said. Weighs tons. When you didn't do what you're supposed to do with self-discipline, when you're supposed to do it, whether you felt like it or not, and you didn't do that thing, regret weighs tons, man. But there's another pain called self-discipline, like he said. It's like you said, do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not. Just a little small pain, but you did it. Regret weighs ounces. Self-discipline weighs ounces. Regret weighs tons, they say. My quote-unquote cheat code was having a dad who went from military commander to freelance financial advisor. So I had my money in ETF since I was 19, not in a savings account. Nice, bro. That's a great cheat code, man. Bitcoin nurse, that was a boss move, to be honest. Yeah, it was. Absolutely. And I know you're doing well now. Yes, not living up to what you were capable of. Lots of regret there too. Yep. Many people, the best ideas and the best people are in the grave right now. They're buried in the graveyard. All those ideas and great people that never lived up to their potential or never did that great ideal they had or never went out and put themselves, jumped off the cliff and did it. I'm not no YouTuber, and I'm not saying I'm all successful and stuff, but we're together here because I decided to make a YouTube channel because I made a decision. And you got to go out here and make that decision. Sacrifices, I sacrificed a lot and lost in most situations and ran in vicious cycles for years and years. It depletes your mentality. Things are psychological. Yes, they are. They are. Being successful is relative. Spending time with people I love and who love me and having all that I need to thrive in life is my definition of success. And to me, you can't put a price tag on that. You sure can't, son. And success is what you want, right? Anything that you put your mind to. And I tell people that all the time. Success is, like you said, it's relative to you. So whatever successful is, there's women that want to be a housewife and just stay at home. And that's success. And they want to have a bunch of kids. But to their friends that are out here working, 2 and 3 jobs and talking about some, oh, girl, I don't need no man and blah, blah, blah. I'm successful in my business. Really? Are you? So success is relative. Absolutely, son. No doubt. Great words, guys. Thanks. All right, let's do a spin here. Let's see if we're all caught up. I appreciate you guys watching and listening. Let's do 747. We'll be all caught up because again, I gotta get going, guys. I gotta spend some time with the family. We're gonna go watch Superman tonight. So I'm gonna spin this one. This is the last spin, and then we're gonna do the all or nothing game. We're gonna call it a night. So it'll be just a little over 2 hours, and we'll do our thing. Thanks for everybody for listening. Thanks for everybody for being here. Agreed, Sin. Yep. Very smart guy. Sin. Always dropping knowledge. Commercial break. Commercial break. Are you here, sir? Are you here? See Bizzle. And I love having these kind of discussions because we're not gonna all agree on everything. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know what I mean? It'd be weird if you're in a room and everybody agreed on everything. You know what I mean? I like having discussions and getting different ways of thinking. Because if you always think one way, you're never gonna, learn from others. You know what I mean? Commercial break. What you want to do with them sats, bro? I know you want to give them to somebody. Either Emily or Corey. What you want to do, bro? Get them to Corey. I knew it. Congratulations, Corey. All right. That's the wheel spin for today. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. A little bit of a shorter video today, live, but it's okay. It's okay. We still went over 2 hours, guys. It's time for the all or nothing game. And we're going to call it a night. Let's see who can win it. Let's see. Did Jen really leave? Jen, are you still here? Did you walk the doggy? I got a salad in there waiting on me. I'm going to eat that salad. Then we're going to go to the movies. Got a nice salad, too. Trying to eat a little better. I'm not perfect. But I'm trying to do better. All or nothing game, guys. You know how it goes. We're going to spin it. If it lands on your name, you got 100 sats. Congratulations to Dr. DCA. Jenny, are you here? If you're not, I'm going to take you off, man. I'm going to take you off for now. If you're here, I'll put you back on. If you win it, you can keep it. If not, you can spin it for 1,000. If you don't get it, then that 100 goes to someone else, and it keeps on rolling to the next person. Congrats, Dr. DCA. Yes. Fire in the hole. There he goes. Again, guys, today is Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. The first spin of the all or nothing game. Player 1, you are up. Trent. Good point, Dean. I said this earlier about moving in with your parents. Sometimes you just can't. Yeah. If you don't get along, there's no need to destroy yourself with the toxic moms or pops. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to get all personal here, but my mother didn't raise me. My grandparents did. And me and my mom really don't get along. And I love my mom, but I can't be with my mother every day. She's just one person I can. I don't dislike her or nothing like that. She's just somebody I could not live with. You guys know. All or nothing. Woo, spin it. Short man says, all right, Trent, let's spin it. Let's go for that 100. Or that 1,000, excuse me. Facts, Dean, yeah. It's all depending on your situation. Arnie, you got 200. You got 200, sir. Trent, pass it to you. You want to spin it or keep 200? Let me know, Arnie. Arnie dogs. Arnie boy, yes. I think Arnie's going to spin it. Arnie likes to gamble. Arnie, yes. Arnie dog, yes. One wolf or no wolf? One wolf for spin, one wolf for keep, two wolves for spin. He's always winning all or nothing. Arnie and Jor, aren't they? Yeah, give her a spin, please. All right, 2 barks. Roop, roop, spin. Let's do it. Or maybe 2 barks is keep it. Keep it. Arnie always winning, Samantha. Nope. BUG. My man Bug. Samantha, thank you again for the donations and the real good commentary in the comment section too. I appreciate you, Samantha. Really do. He deserves it. He does. Bug, are you here, sir? Because if he's not, I'll take him off the wheel and Arnie gets another spin. I think Bug might be here. We'll see. I'm hearing DMX barking in my head. Right? I know that's right. Emily, go Bug. You got 300 sats, Bug, if you're here. If you're not, hey, Arnie gets another try. You got to be here. Give you a 2-minute warning. We're down to a minute. VHF. Hoo. It's another legend that passed away. DMX. All right, Bug. I think you're not here, sir. So I'm going to take you off, brother. Let's do it again. What's up, my dog? Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? All right, Arnie, let's do it again. Can you get it this time? I think so. Arnie, again. Arnie has 400 now, right? Is that 300 or 400? Rigged. Well, that's 300, right? Who was the second player? I got Arnie as the second player. Trent was the first. Second went to Arnie. Third went to Arnie, right? Is that 300 for Arnie now? Well, see, I can't do this without Jenny. Wow, Arnie. Nice. The good boy turns to Arnold. Give them to the dollar dude, Jerry. Oh, you weren't here, brother. You weren't here, man. I'm sorry, brother. VHF. You must have been behind a little bit. It's 400, but I don't remember who the other ones were. Okay. Who was the second player? Trent, Arnie, Bug, Arnie. Oh, so it's okay. So you know what I'm gonna do? Corey, I'm gonna go ahead and give Corey the 100. So I'll put Corey the 100. I'll let you win the Bug. Thank you, and I'll give it to Corey 400. I'll still give Arnie the 400. So Arnie, you got 400, brother. You want to spin or keep the 400? Trent, Arnie, Bug, Arnie. Yeah, I was behind. I didn't realize. It's all good, brother. And he does not even understand what's going on. Exactly. Ginger, what's up, bro? How are you? Good to see you, man. This is why we need Jen. Exactly. Exactly. Let me put Ginger on the wheel. All right, you got 400, Arnie, Jor. Jen is an amazing lady. Exactly. Neon, I think. No, it wasn't him. If he would have won, he was here. Ginger, yeah. Oh well, it's okay. We'll give it to him anyway. When I mess up and I can't remember, I just give him away. Jor, what you gonna do, brother? Thanks, Jerry, and thank you, Bugman. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. Thank you. My daughter says it shows me the past winners. Thanks, Jerry, and thank you, Bugman. Very appreciated. It was too late now. I already gave it to him. But thank you, Dre. Arn will keep year's supply of food in a decade. Yes, okay. All right, that's it, guys. Arnie 400. That is the all or nothing game. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Ginger, boom. Who is the dollar dude? That's Corey got sats. Thanks, Jerry, and thank you, Bugman. Very much appreciated. No doubt, brother. No doubt. Thank you for coming in, man. And don't forget, before I go, I forgot to do this. Make sure you subscribe to our Bitcoiner for Freedom YouTubers. Otis Hare Jr., he was here earlier today. Make sure to subscribe to Otis. This is the link to the channel. Great young man. Lauren says, without Jen, it all falls apart. It really does. Have a good night, y'all. No doubt. Make sure to subscribe to Otis Hare Jr. He's got a great channel. Bitcoiner for Freedom member. Make sure to subscribe to my man, Short Man, Trent, a.k.a. the Bitcoin Technician. Great videos and a great contributor to the movement. Oh, there's Jenny. Jenny, thank you. Jesus. Yeah, Jenny just sent another Jenny's app. She's not even here. Of 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Jenny. This is Jenny's day today. Thank you so much, Jen. Appreciate it. I love you. You know that. Everyone have a great night. 88 sats in the morning. Yes. Good live. Have a good night, BFF family. No doubt. Have a good time at the movie, Jerry. No doubt. And I will tell you guys tomorrow what I thought about it. We'll check it out. Jared, yes. Trent, Arnie, Bug. Then we spun again. Went to Arnie. Okay. It's all good. Thank you for letting me out, Fanny Packer. Good night, and always keep us laughing. Yep. Yeah, Arnie got 400. M's, much love. Family later, guys. Another great show, Jerry. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. And then last and certainly not least, we have Corey from the Got Sats channel. He is the dollar a day man. He's changed his schedule around. He's not making as many videos, but he's still dollar cost averaging every day. And check out his adventures of the ultimate DCA man. One day he will be on 60 Minutes. I'm not telling him how to run his channel, but I think he should go back to it once a day. You know, I know he's a little bit discouraged about, not getting as many subs and doing the same thing and over again. But trust me, man, you're 3 feet away from gold, man. Don't give up right now. I'm not going to tell you how to run your channel. You do what you want. But I think the dailies are a lot better, Corey. Not financial advice, not YouTube advice. Y'all stay blessed. Fear nothing and carry the attitude of gratitude. Exactly. Thanks, Jerry. Have a good one. No doubt, Dean. Thank you, brother. You too. Bless you, VHF. Yes. Good night, Hope Coiners. Love you all. Thanks, Jerry. Enjoy Superman. Thank you. I haven't really gone to any movies since the woke stuff, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Wow. Let me read this real quick. This is on the page. Good night, Sharon. Sharon. Thank you for that kiss. Right back at you, Sharon. Thank you. See y'all around. Yes. Have a great evening, everyone. Thanks, Jerry. No doubt, bro. Let me read this. This is on the U.S. debt clock page. Let me get out of the way and read this. Good game, Corey. This looks pretty interesting. And Jesus went to the temple of God and cast them all out, sold, bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of the money changers. Wow. The second temple in Jerusalem. Money changers. Interesting. The only time Jesus showed any kind of aggression or physical display of anger in his entire ministry. Has the Lord withdrew his disdain for cheating people out of their money through trickery? No. Today we are witnessing a money-changing crime of monumental proportions. Every day our labor and life energy is being stolen from us by a system that was designed to transfer the wealth of all working people to a small elite class of money overlords whose only desire is power and control with nothing to offer but misery and bondage. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well said, man. That is incredible. That's incredible. Wow. See y'all around. Have a great evening, everyone. Thanks again, Jerry. No doubt, Grasshopper. Good night, GOW. Have a good night, Sharon. I appreciate your advice, Jerry, and I'm definitely going to consider going back to my regular daily schedule. That's a no-brainer to me, man. Wow. Wow. Exactly, Jor. What is going on and who is writing that? I've been saying Bitcoin is a form of money that would have prevented Jesus. Jesus is one sin. Yep. Something going on there. Exactly. Yeah. Speaking about woke stuff, just saw this YouTube video today titled Yikes. Yikes. South Park replaces Stephen Colbert with record $1.5 billion Paramount deal. Woke is dead. Yes. Yes. So glad that show got canceled. Thanks for the update, man. Appreciate it. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, guys, you know how we end the show every day, Monday through Friday. This right here, his only sin was he lost his temper on the money corruptors. Yes. Yep. Mushiki, yeah. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the copy of the ledger of one of the most evil ledgers in the world. Not a true ledger like we have, but it's a snapshot of it. It's a U.S. debt clock, national debt clock, and it's running very, very fast. It's amazing they were able to trick people for this long. Yeah. And they're still doing it, Jor. Still doing it, sir. But we're waking up. The money changers, yes. Jor, yes. Yes. We're $37 trillion in debt, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not going away anytime soon. Since Trump has been here, has it slowed down? Yes, it has. But it's still going, ladies and gentlemen. And we have to stop it. We have a spending problem here in America. Sheeple, yes. We spend too much. And when you spend too much, the only thing they can do to make up for it is borrow and print. And we're doing that in abundance right now. 1.7 trillion goes to Medicare and Medicaid. 1.5 trillion goes to Social Security. Almost $1 billion goes to the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, and even more Marines, and even more than our military goes to the interest on the debt that you did not vote for in the quote unquote democracy. It's easy to trick people when some people just don't want to know. Tell them again, Lauren. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were one of those people that did what you were supposed to do and got good grades in school, congratulations, and did everything that they said to do and signed up for the 40 times 5 program, congratulations, you owe $323,000, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying. And what are those 40 times 5 plan is? It's you work 40 hours a week. They take 40% of your pay. Into year 2020 and 2021, they print so much money because of a flu. A flu happened. They print 40% of the money supply. You work for that same money they printed 40% of. You do that for 40 years and you end up with a broken $40 watch. Again, this is a democracy. I didn't vote for that. Did you? Greg Foreman made a good video today. He talked about saving and investing. Let me cut this short and I'm going to say it nice and simply. You don't have to invest anymore. This system is broken. Put it in a better savings account. There's 4 stages to money. Collectible, store value, medium of exchange, unit of account, and 5th one is a world reserve currency. We're at stage 2 now with this new money. We're on our way to stage 3. But when Greg was talking about investing and all this other stuff, you don't need to invest anymore. You can invest time in different things and in making investments to take the discretionary income and put it into the savings account. But while you're at this stage 2 of money, the store of value stage, there is no better way at stage 2 than to do it this way. There's no more investing with this new money. No more. No mas. All you have to do is put it into this and stay at stage 2 till we get to stage 3. And stage 2, again, is a store of value. And there's no better store of value and a battery and an energy keeper than this one right here. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for the love, the zaps, the comments. You guys taught me a lot tonight. The patience, being here with me, supporting, the love and everything. And the most precious thing you gave me is your time. I love the zaps. It really means a lot to me. But if you zap a sat right now, which is great, you can go get you another sat. But will you give me 1 minute? You can't get that minute back. And I'll never, ever take that for granted. And I really, really appreciate that. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same bat channel on Hump Day Wednesday at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. And until then, guys, have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. And you guys already know. I love each and every one of you. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.